Hello everyone and welcome to a book review for Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey. So this is a memoir, so it's Matthew McConaughey talking about his life, and I believe he said the first 50 years of his life. Let's see, I'm gonna pull up Matthew McConaughey on my computer over here. Okay. Matthew McConaughey. Don't want Twitter. He has an Instagram. I know he's a dad. He has at least 2 kids, I believe. I'm just gonna go off of Wikipedia. I know it's always not always reliable, but just for some basic information, it's fine. Looks like he was born in 1969, so he is 54. Uvalde, Texas. I do remember him talking about that city that he grew up in. I just don't know how to say it, but I do remember him saying Texas. Oh, he has 3 children. And he is married. Got married in 2012. He was big, like a big rom-com heartthrob, and then he wanted to break out of that, and it does touch upon that in this book, how he wanted to get out of that romance genre. So it does talk about that. So yeah, it's just a memoir about his life, published in 2020. The audiobook is 6 hours and 42 minutes on standard 1-time speed, and it is narrated by Matthew McConaughey himself. I like Matthew McConaughey's voice. It's great. And it talks about one of the things, how he tried to get into the mind of his character, and he does that with all of his characters. He tries to get into their mind, kind of become the character, which I think is a sign of a great actor. And it talks about how it first came up, which I didn't know. I've heard the phrase before, the all right, all right, all right. Talks about how that came into being, so that was interesting. So yeah, there's pictures. He went as a foreign exchange student to Australia for a bit, and then at one point he went to Africa. I think he did Africa twice. I am so bad with geography, I don't really remember. Anyway, so it talks about that, about how his parents were twice divorced, 3 times married type of a situation. He has 2 older brothers. And so it's just his first 50 years of his life. How he would get into trouble, what it took to become a man in his eyes and his dad's eyes, things like that. So trigger warning, you do have molestation talked about. I would even say domestic abuse, just because of one certain situation that happens that is described in this. Suicide comes up one time, but it's just kind of in passing. It doesn't get descriptive or anything. And the term molested comes up. So sexual assault, molestation type of a thing. And I would say, I can't remember if the person that was molested, I'm not going to say who, you'll find out if you read this. I want to say they were in their teens, like maybe 18, 19 at the oldest, could have been younger, so possible. I just don't remember. But it happened very early in the book, so I liked it. So I'm finding I actually really like memoirs. Now granted, the only other memoir I have read was of Tom Felton, so that was great and very interesting. Loved this one just as much as that one. I have the one for Patrick Stewart, and I'm excited to get into that. So now granted, all of these memoirs are for people who are famous, so I already know of them. I don't know how much I would like a memoir of someone that I don't know anything about. I think I'll still like it, but I don't know. I'm interested to try something out. I do have a biography or a memoir of Jill Duggar, talking about, I guess, her life or something. It's supposed to be a group read for a book club that I'm participating in February. And I know of them, but I never watched their shows. I just know of them from people talking about them. So that's like, I just know the name. And I know there was a scandal, some sort of sexual scandal. I don't remember if it was incest or pedophilia or what it was. I don't know. Anyway, I'm guessing I will find out in that book. Who knows? So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. If you like Matthew McConaughey, I think he's a great actor. Then I highly suggest this, especially if you're looking to get into some memoirs or nonfiction books. I think memoirs are a great place to start, especially if you read the memoir of someone that you recognize, like a singer or an actor, actress, whatever it is. A couple things I underlined. There were a lot of really good things. I didn't underline everything, but a couple things I did. I liked this. The problems we face today eventually turn into blessings in the rearview mirror of life. In time, yesterday's red light leads us to a green light. All destruction eventually leads to construction. All death eventually leads to birth. All pain eventually leads to pleasure. In this life or the next, what goes down will come up. It's a matter of how we see the challenge in front of us and how we engage with it. Persist, pivot, or concede. It's up to us, our choice every time. Lot of good stuff in this. What else? Sometimes we don't need advice. Sometimes we just need to hear we're not the only one. Let me give you one other thing. Okay, and I liked this. We are not here to tolerate our differences. We are here to accept them. We are not here to celebrate our sameness. We are here to salute our distinctions. We are not born into equal circumstances or with equal abilities, but we should have equal opportunity. As individuals, we unite in our values. Celebrate that. And that's just a taste. I want you to discover the stuff that touches you on your own, but those are some of the things that stood out to me. There is a plethora of a lot more. I did laugh a couple of times. He is comedic, so yes. Now, I will give this warning as well. This does get rough with the language. Please be aware, I could have missed some of the tallies that I make, but it does get a little rough with the language. Definitely rougher than I expected with reading a memoir, but, you know, I want the language to be authentic to the person, you know. So, and I feel like this very well could have been. Do I know Matthew McConaughey? No, I just know of him and have seen him in some stuff. I have not seen him in everything, but I have seen him. Let's actually, I do have Wikipedia pulled up here still. Let's look at, does it list? Okay. Filmography, that's what I want. Okay. Chicano Chariots. I have not seen that. I think he was just like an extra in that. The Boyfriend's Back. My Boyfriend's Back. Dazed and Confused. Angels in the Outfield. I know that's popular, but I haven't seen that. The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Boys on the Side. Glory Days. Scorpion Spring. Lone Star. A Time to Kill. Larger Than Life. Contact. Amistad. The Newton Boys. Making Sandwiches. The Rebel. Ed TV U571. The Wedding Planner. Frailty. 13 Conversations About One Thing. Reign of Fire. Okay, so far that's 10 years of his acting work, and I have not seen any of those. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I have seen that. That was in 2003. He was also in Tiptoes, Sahara, Magnificent Desolation, Desolation, Walking on the Moon, 3D, Two for the Money, Failure to Launch I've heard of, but have not seen. We Are Marshall, Fool's Gold. What else have I seen? Okay, 2008, 2009, 11. The last movie that's on here is Sing 2. He did a voice role for. There's one that's to be announced, The Rivals of Mzia King. I swear there was more stuff I've seen him. I don't remember the other stuff. I do know I have seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I really enjoy that movie. As far as the other stuff, have I seen The Wedding Planner? I may have seen parts of it. I don't recall for sure, but anyway, seen less than I thought I did of his works. Anyway, okay, let's get into the word count, the rough estimation of the words that were used, in case you're still on the fence to know if this is something that you'll be comfortable picking up or not. So we have the word shit coming up 46 times. Fuck, 33. Hell, 18. As I said, molested does come up once, and it does describe the situation, not in graphic detail or anything, but it does describe it. The term goddamn or damn it comes up 5 times. Ass comes up 24. Damn or damn it comes up 22. The name Jesus 5 times. Sometimes there are some religious references. The word God comes up 36. Balls 1 time, as regarding male anatomy. The word pussy comes up once. Jack off twice. Bloody, as in like the European F-bomb, 1 time. Motherfucker 4. Climax 1. Boner 1. Dick 1. Rape 3 times. No description. Again, I said the word suicide is used once. The name Christ once. Bitch 4 times. And wet 16 times, as far as reference to having like a wet dream. So that is it. That's really all I can say. It's a memoir about Matthew McConaughey's life. He does say in the book, this is about the first 50 years of his life. So it'll be interesting if he decides to do maybe a second memoir for like maybe when he reaches the age of 80 for the next 30 years of his life. That would be pretty cool. But we'll see. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I can say about this. There's really not much to say about memoirs because it's just someone's life. Yeah. Let's see, is there something else I want to say? I'm just glancing through this. There's, you know, pictures. He's got, I would say this is mixed media because he does have stuff in here that's like note to self type situations. You do find out the meaning of the title, Greenlights, which that was pretty interesting. So yeah, I enjoyed it and I do recommend it. Again, just make sure you're in a good place, especially when it comes to how a little bit rougher this language is, things like that. So yeah, let me know, have you read this? Are you interested in reading this? And if you have seen movies that Matthew McConaughey has been in, what's been your favorite? Let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.